We want to factorize x squared plus 7x plus 10. This is a quadratic expression, and quadratic expressions factorize into two brackets. We're going to look at two techniques for doing this. The first one may appear longer, but it can be easier to do very difficult examples using the first technique. The second example is very much quicker for easier examples, and I really suggest that you learn both. So for our first technique, we first need to realize that we have a 1 in front of this x squared that we don't normally write. We do 1 times 10, and we look for two numbers which multiply to give 10. The two numbers also need to add to give 7, which is the number in front of the x. So we need two numbers which multiply to give 10 and add to give 7. 2 and 5 would do this. 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 plus 5 is 7. What we do with these numbers is rewrite the x squared plus 7x plus 10 as x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10. Note it is the same. All we've done is split the 7x into 2x plus 5x. It's also unimportant which order we write the 2x and 5x down in. We could just as easily have written x squared plus 5x plus 2x plus 10. It would have made no difference to our final answer. What we now do is split this down the middle. We factorize the left half. X squared plus 2x has a common x, open a bracket, and we get x plus 2 in the bracket. You must be very fluent with your factorizing into single brackets by this stage. On the right-hand side, we have a common factor of plus 5. We then open a bracket, and we get x plus 2. Note how we have x plus 2 in both places. This will always happen if you've done it correctly. Our final answer is the x plus 2, and in the other bracket we have the x from here and the plus 5 from here. Let's examine this to see why this method works. We have x plus 2, x plus 5, and we're going to re-expand it. We have x squared plus 10 plus 2x plus 5x. When expanding, we'd normally simplify this to x squared plus 7x plus 10. Note how this is the same as the original question here. But also look at this line and this line and see that they are also the same. So finding the numbers 2 and 5 and using them to split the 7 produces the middle line of the expansion. The second method is more direct and can be very quick with practice, especially for simple examples such as this one. We write down a pair of brackets. For an x squared, we must have an x in each bracket. To get 10, we can either do 10 times 1 or 5 times 2. But we choose this one because 5 plus 2 gives us 7. So our answer is x plus 2 and x plus 5 as it was before. As I've said, with practice you can do this one very quickly. However, when the numbers are quite complex, this can be difficult to do. That's why you should have both methods at your disposal.